This second installment of stoichiometry problems will deal with converting the grams of a particular substance to the grams of another substance using a balanced chemical equation. And our balanced chemical equation that I want to work with today is one of this form. We have 2 moles of C4H10, 13 moles of O2, converting to 8 moles of CO2, and 10 moles of H2O. And in this particular problem, we're going to start with 1.00 grams of the C4H10, and our question then is going to be how many grams of O2 we need to react with that. And so, in these kind of problems that we start off with grams and go to grams, the way for us to relate one substance to another is to get to that unit of moles, because moles is that ultimate unit that everything wants to, that we need to get to. So in order for us to get to the moles of O2, we need to start with moles of C4H10 in some way, some form, and then convert that to moles of O2. But in order to get from grams to moles, we're going to have to make a conversion. And then in order for us then to get to the grams of O2, we're going to have to make another conversion here. And so in this situation, we're going to have to do one step to convert from grams to the moles. We're going to have to then do another step to convert from the moles of one substance to the moles of the other, in this case C4H10 to O2, and then a third step to convert from moles of O2 to the grams of O2. And so this is going to require three steps. So in order for us to do this, we need to recall how we convert from grams to moles, and going from grams to moles, of course, we're going to use a molar mass to do that. To go from moles of one substance to another, we're going to have to use a mole ratio. And to go from moles of one substance to grams of another, we're going to need another molar mass here. And so, if we start with 1.00 grams of C4H10, our first step is to use that idea of a molar mass. So that's our first step. Now the molar mass, which you can calculate, is 58.00 grams. And of course, if you want this to cancel out, you've got to have that in the denominator. You have 1 mole of the C4H10. Our next step of mole ratio from the balanced chemical equation shows us that for every 2 moles of C4H10, there are 13 moles of O2. And so we're going to need to have 13 moles of O2 up on top, 2 moles of C4H10 on the bottom, so that these can cancel. Our grams are canceling, our moles are canceling, leaving us with the moles of O2. And then our final step is to then do our molar mass of O2, which is 32.00 grams per mole. Grams of O2 for every 1 mole of O2. And in this case, when we go through our entire calculation, considering significant figures of the material that we start with, we end up with 3.59 grams of O2. And here's a 3-step process on how we determine the number of grams of one substance to another from a balanced chemical equation to get an answer.